Hello and welcome to a new game. It is Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, and my experience with the Warhammer universe is between none to zero, aka I have no clue of what I'm doing or what's going to happen here, as this will be a blind run. So, without further ado, let's do. I just bought this game yesterday, so I only bought the base game, which is the main story, so I'll just continue here. As for difficulty, as mentioned, I have no experience in Rogue Trader for 40k, but I do have some experience with Owlcat games, so I think I'm alright to go up to daring, and if it gets easy, I will swap it up to hard. Choosing this difficulty is not recommended for players not familiar already with Rogue Trader systems, as well as its implementation in this game. Do you confirm your choice? Yes. Alright, so it seems we have three different classes that are pre-made, it would seem. This is a normal Owlcat procedure. A soldier, that's an Imperial world. Ballistics, I assume that's ranged, yes. And then perception. And a commander. Okay, there's too much to read. Let's make a custom character, that's more fun. As for portrait, as I don't have any idea of what I'm going to play, I'll just select a placeholder. Let's select this dude, because he seems cool. I will go back and mix my appearance and whatever and fix my portrait according to whatever class I have read is going to be the one that I'll play. And here we are then. Begin the timer up in the top right, and I will cut back and forth between when I'm reading these character creations and origins and all of this stuff. I already like the sound of the reroll here. Any failed attack, dodge, parry, characteristic, that's the words, or skill test with a 20% chance of success. Additionally, any enemy dodge or parry against a Voidborn, a character has a 20% chance to fail after a successful roll. So that means if they hit me or roll to hit me, I have a 20% inlay chance for me to just say nah. Is that what I'm getting from this? I like the if that's what I'm getting, I like the fortune from Voidborn here. This seems like a good homeworld option as well. It stacks based on fellowship, which I assume is charisma or something in this game, perhaps. So basically, the more characters you have in a 3-cell, whatever that means, the more bonuses you get depending on this equation right here. Oh, this seems good too. If a high world character has melee superiority against the enemy, the effect is increased by 10. If an enemy has melee superiority against a high world character, the effect is decreased by 10. And melee superiority is if they are basically flanked or flanking in Pathfinder terms, I suppose. Larger creatures need to be surrounded by more than 2 enemies to provide this advantage. Okay. I don't know how many people you can bring. If it's the classic 6 people, as in Pathfinder, this might not be as good as I thought it would be, or can be. This also seems pretty good. For 12 characters, choose one augmentation system from the following list. Subskin armor, which is a... What is armor? Armor is a parameter, a character or object. It reduces incoming damage by a certain percentage. Okay. Armor is always... if a character with 30% armor would suffer 9 damage, they would instead suffer 6. So it's just a flat 30%. And if they would suffer 300, they would only suffer 2. Wow. Armor seems very good. If 300 damage would be dealt to a character with 90% armor, the character only suffers 30. So it's basically a flat damage reduction. I assume there is going to be some armor penetration perhaps, though I don't know how accessible that's going to be. But if it's not accessible, a flat 90% damage reduction is pretty good. And this seems to give movement and dodge, a parameter that helps negate damage from a melee or ranged if they base dodge chance is 30 plus target's agility minus attacker's dodge reduction percent. Total dodge chance can be further affected by abilities and effects that grants bonuses or penalties to the target's dodge or the attacker's dodge reduction. For ranged attacks, base dodge reduction is equal to the attacker's perception score. For melee attacks, base damage dodge reduction is increased by half of the attacker's agility score. I like the two bottom options here, the bottom one and the top one here. 10 plus int percent critical hit chance and the armor, because I like critical hits. Is there anything else here? Pinnacle of Weaponry, that seems like it's first attack with 3 different weapon types, deals additional damage equal to int. So with this you want to stack int, it would seem. While wearing heavy armor, Forge World characters gain 1 movement and 1 deflection. What's a deflection? Deflection determines the amount of damage deducted whenever an enemy hits the character. Alright. And cannot fall prone. Cannot act and suffers a 30% penalty to parry and dodge. I mean, makes sense. If you're on the ground, you can't really dodge that well. So these guys are your tanks, it would appear, perhaps, mixed with a bit of DPS potential. Humanity's Finest, weapon skill or ballistic, or accept weapon skill and ballistic, and add a 10 bonus. Okay, so that's a modifier thing. I don't like when bonuses are only activated when I'm low on health. I like to be not dead. This seems pretty good. Assuming, I mean, I don't know what the companions' archetypes or whatever are, so it might not be as good as I think. It might be good if you're building a unique archetype that's not covered by any companions, but I don't know what they are going to be. I really like the sound of this. Each time a Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain 10 stacks of Never Stop Shooting. So 10 stacks of whatever this is. At the start of that turn, there's a stacks of Never Stop Shooting percent chance, so that'll be 10% if I kill a dude, 20% if I kill 2 dudes, 30% that the first attack this round will cost 0 AP and will not count toward the attack limit per turn. So it's just a free attack? Well, I think we have a winner. Unless there's something down here that's bad, or that I don't like. This also seems like it would stack well with this Never Stop Shooting, because if I can get free attacks and whatnot, I can get a stacking bonus to dodge for range attacks. Also the range burst. What the fuck is a range burst? Make a burst attack allows you to... A range burst can possibly hit multiple targets. When firing a burst, instead of rolling a hit, a test... What is a test? There's so many things. It's gone. It is fully gone. Can I not press right click to expand? Yes. I am expanding it. But it would appear that it changes. I cannot see what a test is. Deviation chance is increased by recoil. I think I'm gonna go with a Fortress World. That seems very interesting. This Never Stop Shooting, allowing me to get a free attack a turn that will not count against the attack limit of whatever that might be. Sounds pretty good. It boosts perception and willpower, so perhaps I want classes that focuses on that, or at least one of them. Perception, if it's like Pathfinder, it's nice to have on anyone. Willpower reflects a character's ability to withstand the horrors of the warp, the terrors of the past. It also increases the chances of resisting negative mental effects and psychic powers. I have already been recording for 11 minutes and I'm just reading about the homeworlds. This is amazing. Alright, I'm locking in the fortress world as my origin, or my homeworld. As for origins, alrighty. We got a Astra Militarum commander, has, and all the allies deal an additional 20 plus 2 times perception. I assume that's perception. Yes, so that is a potential class. Damage to enemies that are adjacent to until the end of the commander's next turn. Adjacent though. If it's what I think, that might not be that good on ranged characters. All of the commander's allies also suffer no damage from allies' attacks until the end of... So there's allies' attacks, I guess, as friendly fire, perhaps? Okay, I like the Astra Militarum commander, though I don't know how well it will stack with my homeworld. The only thing that goes hand in hand is the perception. I do want to be a ranged character, so ballistic skill is nice to have. Medicae, I assume, is medicine stuff. Yep. Healing injuries before they would turn into traumas. If a character who has received 3 or more injuries does not heal them in time with a medikit, the injuries will become traumas. Okay, so they are like negative debuffs, and injuries are things that can be healed in 3 turns, it would seem. Yep, 3 rounds. Okay, I have 3 rounds to heal a injury before it turns into a trauma. Alright. Here we got your persuasion class, it would seem. Because it has fellowship and weapon skill. What's the difference between weapon skill and ballistics? Oh, weapon skill is only in close combat, so that's a melee focused character type. Alright. That's... It would seem it's a buff dude that focuses on giving movements and different bonuses of various kinds. What about a crime lord? Surefire plan. Int bonus stacks of the surefire plan. If the crime lord attacks, they deal 10 plus perception bonus, percent more damage. Okay, that's good. I like perception. If the crime lord moves, they gain 10 plus perception bonus, dodge, and parry. That's also good. If the crime lord uses a non-damaging ability on an enemy, that enemy suffers a minus 10 plus int bonus penalty to damage for 1 round. Does it boost int or no? Can I? Thank you. Awareness is, I guess, somewhat perception, perhaps. It seems like you can spot things, as in Pathfinder. Yeah. What have we here? The Crime Lord is a potential option. We got a Priest. Grants momentum, which is your stuff to use powerful stuff. Equal to 2 times devotees. Well, I guess that's myself or my guys. Willpower bonus. This ability also grants an additional willpower bonus momentum for each enemy that is either in a 5-cell radius around the devotee or was hit by the devotee this turn. Can only be used once per combat. Right. We got toughness, willpower, medicine, willpower, law imperium. Alright, so there's different law skill checks. This is very much like Pathfinder in terms of the skills and stuff. That's about where the similarities end. Disturbed is a minus 10 penalty to fellowship and willpower for enemies. And if they're next to me, they get plus 2, so 20 of it. Also, all demons in the area of effects suffer damage equal to the momentum restored. Okay, that seems good. 4 times willpower bonus to armor against attacks of demons and warp damage. What is warp damage? A type of irreducible damage. Ooh, that sounds youch. Ignores armor. Its types are warp, any kind of exposure, mental, and machine. Okay, I like things that reduce my damage from irreducible damage sources. So the priest is very tempting because it has this ability here, which gives me the ability to avoid that stuff, or at least armor against irreducible things based on my willpower stat, which they are boosted by 5 and 5. I don't know when these come in handy or when that happens. Devotee's willpower bonus divided by 2, alright. Damage for a single shots and attacks of opportunity. The devotee gains willpower bonus chance to ignore an enemy attack. Oh. Oh my. Just say no to getting hit. So if this guy really focuses on willpower stacking, it's like he just forces the bullets to say, nah, I'm not gonna get hit today. I like the Ministorum Priest. That's definitely my number 1 right now. What is a Navy officer? Brace for impact. Deflection. Okay. For each archetype. What's an archetype? Archetype defines a character's role in game. As the character levels up, the rank of the chosen archetype will increase, opening up access. But since it said each archetype, if it's like Pathfinder, I assume it's multi-classing, I guess? 2 deflection per multi-class option? Is that correctly understood, perhaps? And they focus on commerce, which is your business, and demolition, which is deactivating traps, explosive use, or break through closed doors or passages, scatter, perfect timing, get off me, get into cover. Alright. That seems like a very defensive buffer of sorts. What is a noble? You serve me. Wow. You serve me. That is how it's meant to say it. The noble assigns one ally who will become their servant until the end of combat. Anytime the noble's abilities affect the servant, so anytime I use any of these talents, I suppose. You do something. You protect me. Okay, that's pretty funny. He seems like he uses his friends as fodder, it seems. And yeah, so this is movement points. This is action points. Ability, yep. You protect me, I assume that's temporary hit points. This is damage. The noble gains 1 AP next turn. Maximum wounds. The noble can use you serve me once more in battle. Okay, so this is like a you go do something. Yeah, you do something. Yeah, it seems like an interesting class, though. Whether or not I use it. +5 to all characteristics, though. So that is all of this stuff every time I use one of those abilities. Anytime the servant attacks a target that the noble dealt damage to last turn, the servant gains 10 plus noble's fellowship to critical chance. Okay. That seems very interesting. And finally we have a Psyker. I assume that's a mage by the looks of this dude. Willpower Carouse. This skill is affected by toughness. It represents the ability to resist negative effects, right? Divination. Gleaning information and using it to turn fortune into your favor. Find useful insights everywhere. Manifesting extrasensory abilities. So these are your classes in the mage, it would seem, if you are a healer or a pyromancer dude or a telepathic dude. I feel like these guys are very complicated. There's a lot of different talents here. I think I'm gonna go with the priest here. That also makes me think I should change my portrait to this one, perhaps. This seems a bit more in theme. Alright, we got our priest. The fact that I get willpower here and willpower here and all of these abilities are focused on willpower is... I especially like Shield of Faith and the Emperor Protects. Those two sound exceptionally good to have. Triumph. By destroying the very foundation of your heaven, you brought down a dangerous schismatic sect, Law Warp. And this is a law thing. It represents the ability to know about nature of warp entities, and that twisted physical manifestations may give access to new dialogue options. Illustrious glory. You have been deemed a worthy successor to a higher ranked hierogon of the ecclesiastic... I can't pronounce that. Help! But I know it's church related, and since I'm a priest, it might be the most thematical choice. I also get Law Imperium, which I knew I got some stats from that here as well. Law Imperium there, and Law Imperium here, so that seems good. You heroically rescued a priceless relic of the Imperium from the clutches of heretics. This is athletics. Yeah, I might have someone else do that. I think I'm gonna go with the Illustrious Glory as my triumph. I have no idea what that even means, if they have long-lasting effects other than a 5 to a skill modifier. Grim Portents. Your sermons are dark and ominous, for the visions that inspired you were just as delightful and disturbing. I mean, sermons is church-related, but I don't like losing awareness, because that makes me able to notice traps and hidden objects, which I like hidden objects. Secret passages. Brand of Shame. That's again church stuff. Do these change depending on your origin? I assume they do. Maybe. Persuasion. -5. I don't like that. Your ordainment took place after a trial of faith by devotional torture. And I lose medic. I mean, that seems like the least bad one here, because awareness is your chance to spot stuff. Persuasion is, if it's at least meant to be Pathfinder stuff, persuasion is good to have on your main character. So losing 5 skill point value to that, I don't like too much the sound of it. I think I'm gonna go with Shadow of Torment as my darkest hour. As for my archetype, okay, so these are the archetypes. Can you go into more of them? Can I go Warrior and then Assassin and Vanguard? Or do I only have to go Warrior, Vanguard into Exemplar, for example? Development paths that your character follow, each archetype character... Right. So we got your Warrior, which is Charge, so that's a melee dude, that's not gonna work. Officer is extra turn. Okay. Finest hour. Characteristics, Fellowship, I don't have a lot of. It does boost willpower though. Persuasion and Commerce, okay, that's an option. As for Operative, this is also a... Wait, Analyze enemies. Targets one enemy within line of sight. The target immediately gains 1 plus int bonus exploit. What's an exploit? This video might just be completely character creation and call it episode 0, because it's been 26 minutes and I'm halfway through my character creation. Alright, and if the operative hits an target with an exploit stack, the target deals 5 times perception bonus, more damage. Ooh. So that would have been good if I went, what was the homeworld that granted me bonuses to perception, or a class that gives me perception. Because the exploit mechanic seems quite interesting. The damage is also increased by 10% for each exploit on the target. Oh wow. So it's 5 times perception percent. So let's say I have a perception of 35, it's 5 times 35, which is 70% more damage. And then the damage is also increased by 10% for each exploit. So up to 80% perhaps? Or is it stacking exploits or percentages? That's a good question. The other ability is exploit weaknesses. The operative removes all exploits from the target, decreasing the target's dodge, parry, and armor by 15 plus exploit removed times perception bonus divided by 3% until the start of the operative's next turn. If this ability reduces the target's armor to 0, the operative removes only half of the exploits from the target. Okay. Dismantling attacks, and that's how to inflict your exploits in melee, it would seem anyway. And boost intelligence and perception, tech use and logic. What about a soldier? Run and gun. The soldier gains 2 times agility bonus divided by 2, or 2 plus agility bonus divided by 2 to my movement points. The next attack costs -1 AP less and does not count toward the attack. Oh, so that stacks with what I've already chosen with my, what was it? This one, the Never Stop Shooting. I think that will work with Never Stop Shooting, maybe. The running gun mechanic here, if it counts, or if it does not count to the attack limit. Until the end of the next turn, the soldier becomes winded. While winded, the soldier suffers a 10 penalty to ballistic skill and cannot use run and gun. Okay, so that's your penalty, quote unquote. And I can revel in slaughter to immediately remove the winded effect. Until the end of combat, the soldier gains the following bonuses. I gain my ballistic skill back, 5 plus 2 times agility bonus to a critical damage, and a plus agility bonus to critical hit chance. What is my agility right now? Because that might be my way to go. Ballistics and agility, awareness and demolition. I think this might be my my archetype here. What does it go into? Bounty hunter, master tactician, arch militant, and then into the exemplar, which all of the other things do as well. Okay. I'm gonna go with a soldier. That might be a bit boring, but alright. As for my ability points, toughness is my HP. Strength is weapon skill, I don't need that. Ballistic skill is my range, so I do need some of that in the future. Okay, I can click it. And it would seem like 30 or each 10 I get a bonus. Meaning, I suppose it's easy to hit. A high ballistic skill indicates that a character is skilled marksman, someone to be feared in a gunfight or skirmish. The base hit chance for ranged attacks within a weapon's effective range is 30 plus ballistic skill percentage. So right now it would be 30 plus 30, so 60%. I think I want to increase that up till I get a new bonus. So I have ballistic skill. Oh no, wait. Is it 40 that goes here, or where does this characteristic bonus come in handy? I think I'm still gonna go with ballistic skill because I do want to be a ranged character. And agility was something that boosted depending on archetypes here. With my crit and run and gun. So I think I do want to increase some of that. Let's go up to 40 agility. So I get another bonus. Agility measures a character's quickness, reflexes, and poise. High agility allows a character to manipulate delicate explosives with finesse or to keep their footing when crossing treacherous terrain. It improves the character's initiative. Ooh, I like initiative. Dodge, chance, and reaction. If a character uses a melee weapon, their dodge reduction is equal to half of their agility. It also affects the demolition skill, which was to deactivate traps. So this is your quote-unquote trickery from Pathfinder, I assume. Alright, this is your quote-unquote dex, maybe. Since toughness is at 35 and I only get +3 in terms of health, I do watch Carouse again. It represents the ability to resist negative effects. Poison, stimulators, or alcohol I can drink may give access to new dialogue options. You can talk. Oh, I guess you're a big dude. I don't know. I'm gonna increase that by 5. I have 5 more points available. I mean, the no-brainer would be willpower, no? Because that's like my entire class. How expensive is it to increase? Say, if I remove this, can I go up to 50? I could. Ew. Can I see if I get any willpower from here? Demolition, awareness, revel and slaughter. Okay, these are your feats, it would seem like. Then I get a bit more stuff and more stuff. That's a good point. Am I gonna get any toughness or character thingy? I mean, there's some there as well. Okay, I think I am just gonna keep it like this, and then my next points, whenever I get those, will go into willpower to make that a +5 instead of a +4, because right now I'm not benefiting from that 45. It might as well have been a 40, and my persuasion is 25, so I'm gonna suck at that. I think I am pretty satisfied with this thing here. Origin, yep. Illustrious Glory, yep. Alright, I think this is my... I should probably do appearance now. Okay, we got a dude here. I know, I think I want to play a dude. Why are they all like this? They look absolutely terrible. Almost all of them. I suppose this one looks least weird. I can be a skinny dude, a big dude, or a quote-unquote normal dude, I suppose. I can change my skin tone. I can be completely white. I think this suffices as good enough. Hair? Let's go with something like... No. Maybe. Oh, a little ponytail thing. Let's go with that. Let's make the hair a little bit brighter. Like so, perhaps. Eyebrows to match with the downward out eyebrows of these guys. We can go with these. Okay, it just turned very angry. You don't want to see me, you're gonna mad. Look at him. That is funny. Okay, tattoos. Okay, maybe those eyebrows are a bit too excessive. Maybe these works enough. Tattoos? I think I do want to tat him out a little bit. Let's have some... Can I find a quote-unquote tortured tattoo or something? Because I am a tortured character dude from my darkest hour. No, wait. Yeah, devotional torture. So if I can find a tattoo or something that seems like I've been through some stuff. Oh, there's also scars. Let's go with a simple little cheek. scar that goes up through the eye. Oh, there's multiple designs or multiple tattoos I can get. I can get 5 tattoos. Let's have one of them be an eagle on the back, and the Imperium's like the fire thingy, maybe. Do we need something in our face? Can I remove that hat? It is absolutely horrendous. Let's go with this. My third tattoo can be this, perhaps. My fourth tattoo. Do I need a fourth tattoo? Do I want a fourth tattoo? I don't think I do. No, I'm good. Augmentations. Right. Yeah, here we are then. I got my Imperium thing on the back here. A little skull because I've been tortured. Do I need to make some slight alterations? I have a dent. That seems unhealthy. Stick a USB port in there, you can download his brain. I think I'll go with something simple like this also, maybe. That's the most thematical of a priest. That's pretty good. An argument could be made that the torture has made me mad. Yeah, no, I'm going pious. Alright. Do. Void ship. Wait, stop. Patient fortune. Sword class frigate. The sword class frigate is a classic void ship design, proven in thousands of battles, combining decent firepower, high speed. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. The Von Valancia's flagship is the mightiest void ship belonging to the Von Valancia's dynasty. Every system aboard this frigate has been tried and tested in innumerable engagements. Its weapons and turrets deliver hard-hitting volleys and pinpoint accuracy. Its plasma drives a rugged yet reliable and extreme conditions. Flagship size and maneuverability. A parameter that determines how many cells a ship must pass before it can turn 45 degrees. A rogue trader's personal ship. This is the pride of the Von Valancia's dynasty. It carries the Lord Captain from one world to another, laying waste to all who dare stand in his way. High speed is your number of VMP. What the fuck is a VMP? Void movement points. Void movement points VMP determines how far a ship can move on their turn. 1 VMP corresponds to 1 cell on the battlefield. Moving diagonally is more costly, alright. Every single diagonal cell uses 2 VMP. Right, okay. At the beginning of each turn, void movement points are restored to their maximum value. The higher ship speed... Is there ship combat? Because why would they have stats if there's not ship combat? I feel like I've sussed out some ship potential. Righteous Absolution, that's something priest stuff. Glorium Libertatum. Destiny Hunter, no. Arcanum Redemptionist. Poison Fortune, Daring Destiny. Harbinger of War. Oculus Ignis. Atonement of the Abyss. Okay, that's something thematical as well. Yeah, I think the Righteous Absolution is what I'm gonna go for. And these stats for the ship makes me think that there's going to be some ship combat or ship customization of some kind. And if it's anything like Pathfinder, I assume you can also build stuff, maybe? And here we are then. What shall our name be? Shall it be something randomized or just something as boring as my name of Falcon? Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with the old Falcon here. Alright, here we have him. He is a ballistic dude. He's got high, quote-unquote high willpower. I don't know what is considered high in this game. We got a focus on low Imperium. We're kind of dumb in the persuasion parts. The coercion and commerce and stuff. but we are a smarty pants with good perception and awareness, and demolition, which is your trickery. Okay, I think this is gonna be the end of the character customization, and I will now finish up episode 1, or episode 0 actually. We'll call this the character customization, and then the episode 1 will be recorded right afterwards. As for this video though, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the first episode. Bye bye for now.